Okay, Morgan, quick question for you. The Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management, an organization that you are familiar with as a member. Where is its headquarters, or rather, what does its headquarters look like?
Its headquarters is at the bottom of a unassuming store for sporting goods.
Sounds good to me. So let's travel there for just a moment. There's a sporting goods store. It's called Cocky Jocks. That's the name of the sporting goods store.
Yes, finally.
And in the basement of the store is accessed via a very unassuming door, is a very, very special Blittle League organization, the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management. They're the greatest magical minds in Blittle League conduct their business and provide Morgan and the other spell slingers in Blittle League the support that they need. And also in the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management is a very small set of holding cells for people that have committed, let's call them trespasses against magical law. And there's a spell slinging and eclipse management functionary that's walking down this little hallway with cells in it, and she opens up the eye hole in the door to one of the cells and looks at a older man, long gray beard, kind of purple robes, and just kind of makes a check mark and closes it. Then she turns and opens another door, and there are a trio of squirrels that are standing on their hind legs and trying to conduct some sort of little ritual. And she bangs on the door and says, "Hey, none of that in here. None of that in here." And closes the door. And then she walks down the hall to the final door. And this door looks different than all the other doors. The other doors are just kind of metal doors with eye holes. This one is covered in runes, as is the frame of the door covered in runes. And above the door is a video screen that has a camera facing the room. On the video screen, there's a little in the corner, a little black and white mark that says Salem faction. Do not trust, do not open door without backup. And she opens up the eye hole on the door and looks inside. And then she looks up at the video screen. And she looks in the room again. Oh no. Oh, they're gone. Everybody, they're gone. The two of them are gone. And she runs off to seek help. Anyway, back to you folks. All of you, after your trip to Waltham, there are a couple of things we have to deal with. One, all of you are hurt. Some of you badly. Two, Zlobs, you are wearing a giant fake Nick Winkler suit, so you look like the famed Boston Flowers baseball player Nick Winkler after getting into a bit of chicanery with some alien technology. You look like a very badly hurt Nick Winkler. And the third thing is that Morgan Woodstock, you owe the captain of the Waltham Windflowers a luxury SUV. So all of these things are connected, so to speak, and which leads me to this. Here are the decisions you have to make. You can all, courtesy of Zlobs and his backup and his resources, you can all be healed up right now. You can go to one of his field offices and get high tech healing and be back on your feet very soon. The drawback, though, is part of that healing process would need to remove the Nick Winkler suit.
Oh.
So the two options, and keep in mind either is fine, really, is do you want to be fully healed as you try to find a luxury SUV, or do you want to be not healed but have a Nick Winkler with you?
Well, I think we all know what the right thing to do here is.
Great. Not heal, Nick Winkler suit.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose we're all in agreement?
Yeah.
All right, so here's how this is going to work.
We're not going to do healing? We're not getting healed? Okay.
I feel like there's a faction right now. The left side is feeling one way. The right side's feeling a different way.
No, I want to do what the group wants to do because
I mean,
Trendle as a team.
Trendle as a team.
Yeah.
So
And a Nick Winkler.
I suppose we will not be getting healed today.
Not today.
Nope.
The good news is, all Blittle League players have essentially 7 hit points. When you take your 4th wound, when you get above 3 wounds and get into your 4th wound, you become unstable. The healing that you are able to get a bit of healing. So anyone that is currently unstable, reduce your wounds down to 3.
Oh.
Anyone that's at 3 or lower, keep them right where they are. So, essentially Zlobs
Healed.
Yeah, so Zlobs, takes you all to the Blittle League Office of Tactical Interventions and Bake-at-Home Pizza Sales. And you all spend a little bit of time, not a ton of time, but a little bit of time in essentially this big healing bath. It looks like the real fancy, like ice plunge tanks that they have in the Boston Flowers Stadium. But these are just like pulsing with, kind of restorative juices and all various healing technologies. So you're essentially taking a big high-tech ice bath right now, which heals up some of your wounds, kind of knits together some of the bad abrasions and lacerations. But you all felt like you've been kind of run through a washing machine a couple of cycles. The silver lining, though, is that you have someone with you, Zlobs, that looks exactly like Nick Winkler of the Boston Flowers. So with that, the floor is yours, everybody.
Zlobs.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's not my name.
Nick Winkler.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I have to keep this charade up.
I think like 6 days.
Okay. Well, while we have time, you have to help me steal Ryan's car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mindy,
Yeah.
Darcy,
Yeah.
we have to steal Ryan's car.
Why?
Oh yeah, why?
Can you just trust me on it?
Can't.
I see
Can't
Mindy. I see Mindy kind of squint, and I'm gonna like.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to tell us? You can trust us.
Yeah, you can trust us.
We can help. We can help better if we know why.
I may have made a deal. Do you remember when we were in Waltham?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, do I.
Yeah.
That was a couple hours ago, I think.
Yeah. Like a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Well, I made a deal. Why do you think the clop suddenly stopped?
Because I threw a grenade at one.
No.
Oh.
You
It's
made a
because
deal with the windflowers?
I made a deal with Donatella.
Donatella's a little bit sneaky. Are you sure it's a good deal?
No, but I already made it.
Hmm.
And that's part of the reason why I want Nick Winkler on our side today. Because I know that Nick Winkler can steal cars. And I know that if Nick Winkler gets pulled over by the Boston police, that the Boston police will wave Nick Winkler on by.
That's true. Nick
That's
Winkler
true.
could get away with anything.
Mhm.
It's true. Nick Winkler can get away with anything.
Hey Morgan, what like I know that Ryan's the worst sometimes, but what if we just ask him? Like he gives you so much stuff. Like he might just
Especially
give
if he
us the
knows that the
car.
windflowers are involved. He might
I
really.
don't think that's what we're going to do today.
Ooh. I
But I
sink down into the ice bath.
Zlobs, it's okay.
But I do think that we can I think that we can steal it just fine. It's not like Ryan can't just get another one.
I'm gonna reach over and just pull Zlobs' nose up over the water. So
I forgot to breathe.
I mean,
it just seems like none of us are like in the best shape right now. We all want to get out of this bath. And
yeah,
it might not be, it's not the fun thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be really fun to steal it, but also
yeah.
I think he'd just give it to us. And it seems like we should just
yeah,
ask.
like maybe if we sort of, I forget the word for this, but if I, for instance, knew a really big secret about Ryan, and then I sort of said that you should give us your car, or else maybe everyone will know that secret. This is just, for instance, if I had a big secret about Ryan.
Are you talking about blackmail? Because I will do blackmail.
Is that what that is? I think
it's still
blackmail
stealing.
is for money. I'm not asking Ryan for money.
Nick Winkler.
Zlobs!
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, fine. It's very relaxing in here.
Look, I can't owe Ryan anything. Okay? That's whatever we do today, we can't owe Ryan anything. So if you want to bargain first, I'm game. But I'm not going to ask him for a favor.
Okay.
So steal?
Yeah.
Steal as a team?
Yeah. Great.
yeah.
Yeah, Steel is a team.
All right. The
Grand
four of
Theft
you.
Auto as a team.
The four of you are standing outside of Morgan Woodstock's house. The SUV is in the garage.
Oh, that's easy. I open the garage.
Sure. How do you want to do that?
Oh, lifting it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Seems
Let's.
easy
Yeah.
No, this is an
Let's-
easy puzzle.
Let's go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your tough.
Oh, yeah, I'm good at that. We got a 7.
All right. So you have a choice. I'm going to give you 3 things,
Mhm.
and only 2 of them are true. You open the garage door.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a lot of noise. You do not destroy it.
Obviously, this is an electric garage door opener, and I break the gears.
Makes all the sense in the world. So
But
is
do it
it
very quietly.
very quietly? Okay. So you kind of get under it, and you know this kind of thing. Infiltration tactics are something that they teach you in the Office of Tactical Interventions and Bake at Home pizza sales. So you kind of get under the door and start applying gentle pressure until the electronic motor starts frying. So you essentially just kind of force it to keep trying to close until it breaks. And then you like gently slide it into position.
Zlobs, I
yeah.
knew the combination. Never mind.
The whole garage smells like a burned out motor. There's black smoke slowly belching out of the electric motor. The gears are pretty well wrecked. Yeah.
It's quite the system.
Well, it's definitely gonna look like someone broke in.
Yeah, I opened it. It's fine.
That's perfect. It'll look like someone just broke in and stole the car,
Yeah.
which will be exactly what happened.
That's right.
So there are a couple of vehicles in here. One of them is this beautiful luxury SUV. Morgan, what's another vehicle in here that Ryan has? He has at least two.
Right. He has a Rolls Royce that was imported.
Yeah. You have never, Morgan, seen that car leave the garage. In point of fact, it just stays right here, facing outward. He backed it in and then hasn't moved it since. So you're in the... It really is? So you're in the garage. The SUV is sitting right there. What now?
Which one are we taking?
The SUV. It has to specifically be that one.
Oh, but the other one's so much cooler.
Maybe Ryan will let you drive it sometime.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Boy, you hate him so much.
I think that you can hotwire the SUV pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, I can. I'm good at that.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me Zlobs 2d6 plus sharp to hotwire this car?
8.
Okay, partial success. Well, Morgan, you get to tell me what the complication is since it's your house. Is there a security camera in here, or does Ryan turn the car alarm on when he parks it? Your choice.
There is a security cam in here.
Yeah, so as this is happening, Morgan, you realize you're staring down the barrel right above the door of a tiny little digital security camera flashing red light every couple of seconds.
I'm going to throw a tiny Blaseball at it.
Sure.
Tiny one? This is
You have time.
I have tiny ones.
like one of those Lego like soccer balls, except it's it's a
like a
Blaseball.
novelty.
All right.
It's a bouncy ball.
2d6 plus weird.
Okay. 9.
All right. So you've destroyed the camera, but you realize that it's only a matter of time before, when Ryan realizes the car is stolen, he's probably going to look at the security tape, and there's definitely going to be at least a few seconds of you all in it.
Okay.
Should I try and get the tape?
Yeah, probably.
Mathers, get the tape.
Is it in his office?
It's right in his office. Right under the safe.
Under the safe?
Yes. It's so
Under-
stupid.
Okay. I'm going to go looking for the tape.
All right. 2d6 plus sharp, please.
Okay. Eight.
Okay. Morgan, what's the name of your cat?
Sergeant Butters.
Sergeant Butters.
Sergeant.
So, Mindy, you sneak through the house, and Ryan and Morgan's mom are both home, and you hear them in the living room watching TV on an impossibly large television that's wall-mounted, and the two of them are sitting there in a beautifully overstuffed couch, and there's tapestries on the wall. It's Morgan's childhood home, But the thing, I mean, you've been here before, but it's just full of like rich person stuff now. And so you kind of walk and you look and okay, there they are. And you end up walking up, the staircase to.
Before I walk up the staircase, can I take a quick peek in the mind of Ryan for his passcode?
Of course you can.
I think that might be helpful.
So let's go ahead and roll 2d6 plus weird.
Okay. 7.
All right.
It's very partial today.
Very partial.
Yeah, I will add something onto what you see upstairs. So you walk upstairs, you have the password, and you walk into Ryan's office, which is like the 4th bedroom in the house. And yeah, there's, it's all feeding through his desktop computers. You put in the password to that. You find the files that feed from the garage. You just delete them all. And then in walks the cat, Sergeant Butters, who walks right by you. And Mindy, what's your relationship like with Sergeant Butters, Morgan's cat?
Mutual respect.
All the way. There's usually you walk in, there's a nod. We are both beings spinning around on this great spaceship called Earth. But this time, Sergeant Butters kind of walks in, doesn't acknowledge you at all, and instead walks up and hops up onto the window and starts scratching at the glass.
What's wrong, Sergeant? I don't mean to bother you during your business. Is something wrong?
Sergeant Butters is keenly focused on something outside.
What the heck is it? Do you see something? Is there something out the window?
Mindy, you look, there's nothing at all. Now Sergeant Butters is starting to bang her paw against the window.
Sergeant, no. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sergeant. Sorry. I'm going to take Sergeant and just put him in my backpack for now. I'm going to make sure there's breathing hole.
2d6 plus cool.
Cool. This cat does not think I'm cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, 9. I have negative cool, but it's still a 9.
Okay. The good news is you don't get hurt. You start putting Sergeant Butters into your backpack, and you look into Sergeant Butters' eyes, which are normally kind of cat-sized and shaped.
Yes.
And you realize they are glowing purple. And Sergeant Butters hisses at you, which is a thing you've never heard, springboards off of you, sprints, jumps, and smashes through the window.
Can I try and follow Sergeant Butters?
Sure. Give me 2d6 plus sharp.
Okay. 10.
Okay. Down in the garage, Zlobs, you have hot-wired the luxury SUV, and the two of you, Darby and Morgan, the two of you are inside. In the house, Ryan and Morgan's mom. Morgan, what's your mom's name? I don't know if we said. Actually, I think we did set that, but I probably should. Carol. So Ryan and Carol are sitting on the couch watching something on TV. All of a sudden, they hear a window crash upstairs. And then Ryan kind of looks at Carol and squeezes her shoulder and gets up and starts running outstairs. At that moment, Zlobs, you throw this SUV in reverse and back out into the street. Also, as that's happening, and you're kind of putting the car into gear, you see, in a matter of seconds, a cat, Morgan, you're pretty sure that's Sergeant Butters, followed by Mindy leaping out of the second floor of your house. And Mindy is now chasing Sergeant Butters.
I drive
down the
on,
street.
I drive onto the lawn after them.
Butters,
What is
going on?
You are driving, and Mindy, the luxury SUV, is keeping pace with you now. So you're running along the street next to an SUV. Do you want to hop in, or are you more comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one of them swing me up into the back seat, and I say, "Follow that, Sergeant!"
You got it. And I advance at like the 8 miles per hour. It's like running.
Exactly. Yeah. So Darby, you swing Mindy in, and all of you are chasing Sergeant Butters. Sergeant Butters makes a right onto Main Street,
Don't lose him.
Sergeant.
and as you turn, Zlobs, you have to slam on the brakes because you see another cat sprinting by. And now there are 2 cats running in the same general direction, and you're continuing to follow.
Mindy? You know where they're going? Did he say
I can
anything?
try and find out. Can I tune into Sergeant Butters?
Absolutely. Tune in to Sergeant Butters. 2d6 plus weird.
12.
Okay, you can ask 3 questions from the tune in list.
Okay. What is Sergeant Butters planning to do right now?
Sergeant Butters needs to get to the place that it's being summoned to go.
Who does Sergeant Butters regard as the biggest threat?
If Sergeant Butters doesn't answer the call that's echoing around in Sergeant Butters' head, then the biggest threat are the 2 people whose voices Sergeant Butters hears in her little cat head.
Okay, and how can I attract Sergeant Butters' attention?
Well, the easy way would be to make it impossible for Sergeant Butters to continue in that direction. The hard way would be to silence whatever the voices in Sergeant Butters' head is. Because you rolled a 12, thank goodness you rolled high, as you tapped into Sergeant Butters' kind of aura as a living thing, you realize that Sergeant Butters' mind is full of pain, and you kind of put up a partition before that pain splashed onto you. It's just loud screaming up there. Loud screaming of run. Run to us. Run to us. And Sergeant Butters is alleviating that pain by running.
Mindy, is this something you can do? Can you take my voice and put it into Sergeant Butters' head? Because maybe I can get Sergeant Butters to calm down.
Yeah, I can try. I've never done that before. I usually have just done my own voice or my own voice pretending to be somebody else's voice. But I can try.
Yeah. So, Darby, this is something that you've been playing around with for a little while. This ability you have of kind of conjuring some of your angelic calm and peace and kind of saturating a person's mind with it. It's a great way to alleviate panic. I'm going to have you roll for this here. This is a very hard roll because it's taking Mindy to create like a mental bridge. Also, this is a cat, not a human being. Also, it's under the control of very, very powerful magic. So I'm going to say this is going to be 2d6 plus charm, but I'm going to put -2 on top of that.
Okay. 3.
Yeah. It's just hard. Like the good news, so to speak, is you now have an understanding of what is happening in Sergeant Butters' head. You hear the same thing that Mindy heard. Run to us, run to us. And now you have independent verification of what Mindy has heard. The other thing that that fail, it's not a failure, it's just a very exciting discovery, is Morgan, who is a trusted person at the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management?
It's someone. It's Charles.
Mhm.
Charles is the food guy.
So, how would Charles or someone from the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management get in contact with you if they need something?
They have like a little bit of an electrical beam that will shoot up that I can feel.
Gotcha. So, Morgan, you kind of feel it in your mind. You're very attuned to the electrical grid and the natural eddies of kind of electrical energy, and you feel plain as day, plain as them putting up like the bat signal, that electrical vibration. Morgan, can you hear me? It's Charles, the food guy.
Hey, Charles, the food guy. How are you?
Not good. Everyone more higher ranked than me at the office is, well, we're in lockdown here. We've had a prisoner escape.
From Cocky Jacks?
From Cocky Jocks, that's right. We're all defending the place, but you are the closest field agent. We think there's a magical disturbance nearby.
Charles, the food guy. Every pet is currently running in a direction and we're currently chasing it. I think we're already en route.
Oh, thank goodness. If what is happening here is related to what is happening there, I wish you all the luck in the world, Morgan.
Charles, the food guy. Is there anything we can do to prepare?
Morgan, roll 2d6 plus sharp to read a bad situation.
Okay. 11.
Okay, good news. You can ask 3 questions from the read a bad situation list.
What's the best way in?
Where you are going right now is the Somerville Armory on Highland Avenue. It's a big white building.
Yes.
30 feet tall. It's practically a castle. You are going there. The best way in for all of you would probably be the roof.
The roof.
The roof.
The roof.
The roof.
The roof.
What up
That's where
there?
we go. Second question. How can I best protect people?
There's going to be a lot of magic in there. A lot of magic. And not all of it is going to be meant to do damage. So the best way to protect people is probably to find a way to combat whatever magic is going on in there.
Okay. Third question. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yes. All of the doors and windows to the place are covered in explosive wards. So you can get in through the roof because you don't believe there are wards up there. But when you try to exit, if you go through any door or window, there will be massive magical concussive force.
Okay, so Zlobs, Mathers, Darcy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The place is rigged. If we touch any windows, if we touch any doors, the whole place is gonna blow. Roof's our only bet. We gotta sneak in, we gotta sneak out, and hey, it's a magical nuclear storm up in there.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
They're calling all the cats, all the animals. They're attacking their minds.
It's a prisoner escape. This is what they do.
What are they going to use Sergeant Butters for?
That I don't know. Butters.
they're hurting her.
We gotta save that cat.
As you get closer, the density of cats on the road increases markedly. You see,
I drive carefully.
You do. You see half a dozen cats, all similarly motivated. All you see is sometimes as they turn and run in front of you, glowing purple eyes, all sprinting towards, and you see it now that you're on Highland Avenue, the big white Somerville Armory. The front door, this big, heavy wooden double door, is cracked slightly, and every couple of seconds, another cat just runs in.
Whoa.
Can I
Wait,
run
I
and
thought you
grab
said-
Butters?
I thought you said all this stuff was rigged.
It is with magical rigs. I don't know the word for it, Zlobs.
So like, it's not affecting the cats, but it would affect us.
That's my guess.
That sounds cheating.
That's magic.
Who wants to get flown up to the roof?
I'm gonna raise my hands up.
Does anyone not want to get flown up to the roof?
I have a question.
Fine.
I have a
Zlobs.
question. Is there a ramp?
Not.
Yeah.
Oh, are you asking
I-
about a ramp to the roof?
Yeah,
Wait,
a ramp.
no.
Let's say I have a luxury SUV and I back up and I hit like 88 miles per hour or something, and I hit that ramp. Can I get to that roof?
Due to the diligence of the Somerville Parking Enforcement Bureau, there is a car on Highland Ave, maybe 30 feet away, that is about to be pulled up onto one of those ramp tow trucks. It has not yet been pulled onto it. So that thing is conveniently pointed towards the sky and clear for launch.
I engage sport mode.
Hey, can I get?
Okay. Darby, you are flying. Essentially, Morgan, you get out of the car, and Morgan, you hold your arms up, and Darby, you take a running start, extend the awesome brass wings, catch Morgan, and the two of you fly up to the roof. And Darby, you're standing up there on the roof, and you look back down. Mindy and Zlobs are still in the car. And then we just kind of get a series of quick cuts of like the doors locking, the, high beams flashing on. And then you see through the windshield Zlobs' face, and you hear him mouth the words, "Splorts mode."
No.
Zlobs, give me 2d6 plus cool, because this is the coolest thing I've heard all day.
Boy,
My door.
well, your boy Zlobs leveled up his cool. That's what my trait was. And thank goodness 8.
All right. Zlobs, I'm going to give you 3 facts, and only 2 of them are true.
Uh-huh.
You make it onto the roof.
Great.
You do not damage this car.
Mm-hmm.
You do not make enough noise for the people inside to hear.
The deal was a car. It didn't say what condition the car was in. Yeah, I want to know how I wreck it silently.
Oh.
So, Darby, your wings are still extended. You're looking back down. You're like, okay, just got to get the. Oh no!
Oh
And
no.
You just see that luxury SUV flying up the ramp and getting awfully big in your field of vision as it's arcing onto the roof. Now, this luxury SUV not only has a magical sound system, but it also has magical crash protection. Zlobs, as you're arcing through the air, you realize that the wheels came off a little funny, and it's slowly rotating as it goes.
Oh.
And a very, very calm electronic voice says, "Hello, Ryan. I have noticed that the car is tilting and will land at 180 degrees.
Zlobs,
That's upside down.
180 degrees. That's the exact wrong way.
Shall I engage the silent descent mode to not bother other people in your Somerville neighborhood?
Oh, that's luxury. Yes, please.
Incredibly loud for Zlobs and Mindy. Darby and Morgan, if not for the fact that the car was upside down and crumpled up badly, you would, boy, that sounded like a butterfly landing on a leaf.
I run over to try to get them out to see if they're okay. I'll take Mindy, you take Zlobs.
Okay. I open the door.
You guys okay?
Zlobs?
Yeah. That's not my name.
Nick Winkler? He's
Yeah,
fine.
what's up?
That actually
I unbuckle and jump into Morgan's arms.
that wasn't so different from how Zlobs drives normally, actually. We're okay.
It was very quiet.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The car activated silent crash mode.
Oh, darn.
Buicks have really come a long way.
I hope she likes
They
this
say.
car. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so there's a hatch leads down, and you open it up and kind of trundle down the ladder,
As a team.
and you kind of plop yourselves down on this scaffolding that is over the main room of the armory, which is this giant auditorium.
Mhm.
You all look down and see much the same. Standing in the middle of the room are two figures, both wearing large black robes, both wearing pointed black hats. In the middle is an honest-to-goodness giant iron cauldron with a bubbling brew mixing within. Standing in perfect concentric circles around them are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Somerville's cats. Standing there in ordered concentric circles as the two of them kind of chant, and every so often, and they're chanting simultaneously, and every so often there's this kind of big crescendo of energy, and the cauldron will bubble over for a moment and then settle back down.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I've hung out at those offices for a while, and I probably have never been to the jail, but have I heard of this particular magic user?
Morgan, give me 2d6 plus sharp.
No. 4.
Oh no, this is good news because you know definitely who they are.
Oh no!
Okay. This has gotten a little bigger and more complicated.
Oh no.
They are Mary and Martha, known also as the Salem faction. The Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management have been keeping them imprisoned for longer than you have been associated with them. The sense you got is it was always temporary, like they were trying to figure out some other place to put them, but no other place could hold them. So they've been kept in the spell slinging office. Apparently the spell slinging office couldn't capture them or couldn't contain them forever either. The rumor is that both of them were former Blittle Leaguers. And when they aged out of Blittle League, they did something, started running with some different crowd. And that's when the trouble started. They apparently caused all sorts of holy terror north of Somerville.
Holy terror?
Probably closer to say unholy terror. They're a big fan of portals.
Zlobs, Smathers,
good game.
Darcy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do this one.
I mean,
What do you
we
mean?
I'm just scared.
Morgan, you signed a permission slip. You
this is
can
our
do this.
responsibility.
Okay.
We'll be right there as a whole time, as a team.
Capture as a team.
Capture as a
Yeah,
team.
just a team.
I'm excited.
I
Okay.
want to know more about what these portals are.
Sure. How would you like to figure that out, Darby?
I
Like
think
you're
I just
here,
wanna-
you're looking at these two of them. Yeah.
I want to ask them. I'm gonna put on my holiest look, my wing,
Darby,
and go down there.
Sure.
I think they're gonna respect me.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see people just strolling in. It's like, great. I strolling too.
So yeah, you're on the catwalk above the above this this big open auditorium here. And Mindy, you look and you see Darby kind of her brows furrowed looking at them. And then you see like the feathers start to grow and the angelic armor kind of flow out and the big brass wings extend. And she is putting on her badge of office as an angel, so to speak. And she steps off the catwalk and glides with full splendor, lit as if from off screen, and lands in front of the two of them. Zlobs, that's your cue, so you start sprinting for a staircase.
Zlobs.
What?
Good evening.
The two women that look up at you are probably not older than 20, maybe late teens even. And they kind of stop their incantation. And Mary, Martha, shall you? I shall. Mary steps forward. I speak for both of us, Angel. What do you want?
The name's O'Darcy, fallen angel.
Hi. And here we thought that we worried someone upstairs.
I think you've worried someone upstairs and downstairs. If I'm involved. As a connoisseur of portals myself, as I hear you are, I would like to inquire what business you have here with these cats.
You are doing your best to exude enough holy authority as you possibly can get. You're squeezing all of it out of your spirit. So let's see how you do. Darby, why don't you give me 2d6 plus cool plus 1 because I love the whole aesthetic.
8.
Okay. So the way this is going to work is they will definitely answer one question of yours for free. Every subsequent question you ask them will cost you 1 harm. Reason being, the one of them, Mary, who stepped forward and is doing the talking, has cast a spell called Negotiation, which means that both you and they have to tell the truth. And if they don't, they start hurting. So essentially, you're going to engage in dialogue with them, and the longer it goes, the more they will be able to use this spell to harm you.
Okay.
But you get 1 question for free.
Any question or from the...
Anything you want to ask at all.
That's my favorite fruit.
Zlobs, that's not an important question. You should ask if they were a fruit, what fruit would they be? That
Oh,
tells you
that's
more
so
about their
true.
personality.
Yeah, that's true. And they've also probably the fruit that they like the most.
Why did you summon all of these cats here?
Well, technically, we weren't trying to. We just had to attune the ritual. Before we could move on to humans, we had to start with lower life forms, in the form of cats.
This ritual, what is it designed to do to humans?
Take one harm. It's to awaken those with unawoken gifts. Anyone who could do what we do will hear the call and join us here.
What is your... When you say we'll do what you do, what do you do? What is your purpose?
Mary and Martha look at each other and smile. Take one more harm. You're getting dizzy. Your bones hurt. We know from experience that Blittle League does not foster magical talent as thoroughly as they should. Those with gifts that grow up in Blittle League learn some, but not all, of their potential. We pose an alternative, a more comprehensive magical education. We are not fans of Blittle League. We are fans of our own work and our own guidance. We are the Order of the Mound.
Wait. While Darby is talking with Mary, can I read Martha's mind?
Yes, you can. 2d6 plus weird.
I'm looking for secrets they don't want to tell. 11.
Okay. You can ask. You can ask anything from either investigate a mystery or read a bad situation. If you want to ask something not from that list, it will cost you 2 questions, not 1.
How many questions do I have?
3.
If they were a
What?
fruit, what fruit would they be?
What is being concealed?
What is being concealed? Well, they've told you their purpose. What is being concealed is the fact that you don't think it's just the two of them working alone. You think they are part of a larger rival organization. And you think that the two of them were prisoners of the Office of Spell Slinging. But they're not the only operators of this order.
And I'll only ask 2 questions because my other one is, do they know we're all here already?
Not yet.
I'm going to start a ritual.
Okay, Morgan, what would you like this ritual to do?
I would like this ritual to stop their ritual.
Okay, so you're going to try to create a giant negative energy magical field.
It's all on the wrist.
This is big and this is complex. So the way this is going to work is it's going to be and you need to do it quickly. So here's what I'm going to say. You're going to roll 2d6 plus weird at a -1. So you're going to subtract 1 from whatever you roll. Or you can offset it by adding from all of you combined, actually technically from you, Mindy, and Zlobs, because you're not currently engaged in this magical detente with them. Add 5 total harm to the pool. Essentially, you need to sacrifice life force to make this ritual big enough.
Does armor help with that?
Not this.
How many?
I'll take 3.
Zlobs, how many do you have until you're unstable?
4. But unstable? None. One more. I'm unstable. I'll be fine.
Morgan?
Load me up.
I'll take 2.
I'll take 2 as well.
That's 7.
Zlobs, only take 1. Then
Not
we're all
1.
even.
Then
Then we're all even.
fine.
Then it's equal.
Okay.
Just for sake of my own math, I want you to raise your hand if you are currently at an unstable level of harm.
Oh, currently or with after that?
After that.
Oh, unstable. Yep.
Team's all here.
Be unstable as a team.
Okay.
I told you we should have healed.
Morgan, 2d6 plus weird.
7.
Watch out for... Oh, don't even say that, Gunnar Bear.
I'm going to give you 3 facts, and 2 of them are going to be true. You stop the ritual. You break the spell holding all the cats here. You all stay conscious.
All right, I break the spell.
Yeah.
And I break the cat's concentration.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Mary and Martha are, well, Mary mainly, is talking to Darby and explaining this plan. And Martha starts looking at the cauldron. And she looks in and she realizes it's not bubbling anymore. It's totally still. And Martha walks over to it and she puts her hand in. No, they're doing something to it. And she then looks and all of the cats kind of shake themselves out of this spell and start running for the front door and running through. The magical protections on all the windows start kind of cracking and shattering and spraying magical energy inward. Mary looks at you, Darby, and then looks at Martha, and they both scream in the same voice, "No, no, no!" And
I stumble toward them and grab both of them and try to wing-way them to cocky jocks. You grab and close your eyes and you feel the wingway start to take. But then the lights go out.
The Order of the Mound is an ancient and magical organization, far more ancient even than Little League. It's regional. Factions within the Order of the Mound, constantly at war with each other about the state of magic and how to introduce magic to the world and what to do with Blittle Leaguers once they leave Blittle League. It is a large and labyrinthine organization, and sometimes one faction of itself may operate against another. On a pitcher's mound in Salem, Massachusetts, two sorcerers are in consultation with each other. Well, yes, Martha and Mary apparently escaped. Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management. They don't even own the term. They don't deserve it. Well, look, it's a problem. With Martha and Mary now ascendant, we don't know what they will do. Well, we can't expose ourselves to the world trying to stop two of our more zealous members. Well, what do you propose? I have just the thing. Kit Schmidt, number 2 in the rotation of the Somerville Sunflowers, and initiate in the Order of the Mound. Kit Schmidt's phone rings. She reads it, her eyes growing increasingly wide. She steadies herself for a moment, nods her head, and starts a group text thread. To backup left fielder Stanley Handsomepants, backup center fielder Fox Amberflaw, and backup right fielder Vix Goolsby. We're going to end it right there and see the